amendment. The representative from South Carolina is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to echo the words of Mr. Carter from Georgia. China isn't our friend. And you look at supply chain issues, but some of it seems like it is intentional. When Ford and GM have vehicles sitting on their lots that they've manufactured, but they can't deliver to the dealerships because of the chips that are necessary to make the computer systems within those vehicles work are in short supply. I want to talk a little bit more about this $3.5 trillion price tag of this bill. And I have a question for my colleagues on the other side of the aisle that support this. Where's the money coming from? Where's the money coming from? I've walked the west front of the United States Capitol all the way down to the Lincoln Memorial looking for the money tree, and it isn't there. The money tree isn't there. And with this Build Back Better, and I wrote a Facebook post this morning, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Greatest form of flattery. We're building back better from what? Donald Trump and the Make America Great agenda actually was empowering Americans and American businesses and innovators, entrepreneurs to create things of value and create jobs. Lessening regulation to help businesses keep those jobs on the books and keep Americans employed. The Tax Cut and Jobs Act actually allowed those businesses to keep more of their hard-earned profits and reinvest. Allowed American citizens to keep more of their hard-earned dollars. Money they earned. They worked for it. You didn't work for it. They work for it. They get up every day, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning to get ready, get the kids to school and all that, and head to a job where they earn a salary that is taxed. Now, rhetorically, to answer the question that I asked a minute ago, where the money's coming from, it's coming from them. Because you don't want them to keep more of their hard-earned money. You'd rather tax it. Or you vilify some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% of the Americans and try to paint them in a bad light when, honestly, those people are reinvesting dividends and other things that they earn through owning businesses, reinvesting in the economy and the businesses that they own and creating new businesses and creating new jobs. Build back better. I guess we're building back after the government-mandated shutdown during the pandemic that hurt Main Street and Wall Street businesses. Basically, government's forcing businesses to shutter their doors and not allow their employees to come in and not allow their customers to buy. We're building back from that, okay. But it's an emulation of the Make America Great Again idea that America will come rocketing back if government would get the heck out of the way. Quit over-regulating and over-taxing, allow overseas profits and earnings and businesses to be repatriated into this country to create the jobs and have the jobs here. That was the whole idea. But the Build Back Better is actually more government spending, and more debt. I'm going to go back to my first question. Where's the money coming from? It's coming from China. Because they don't have the regulations and the taxing and all that we have. And they're taking their profits and they're loaning that money back to us. That's where we're borrowing the money from. Where we're monetizing some of our own debt and creating our own money. Yarmouth said that America could never go bankrupt because we got the printing press. I'm summarizing his words. We can print our own money. Well, go back and look at history. When that happens, when regimes and governments print their own money, it devalues the currency, and bad things come from that. We can't just print our way out of this. We need to empower the innovators and entrepreneurs in this country to create jobs and quit overtaxing them and quit saddling future generations with $3.5 trillion. Add 3.5 to the 1.5 to the 4 trillion in the CARES Act, and it goes on and on and on. And we're $28 to $30 trillion in debt. That's a zero that runs from here to the other end of the dais. That's where the money's coming from. It's coming from China. We need to be cognizant of that. With that, I yield back.